My name is David Roberts. I'm one of the developers here at CerTek Software, and we are super excited to tell you about our new version 4.9. So we've been working on this for quite a while, and it has some very great features for you, and certainly for us, because it certainly makes life easier for us on the support side, because it has an automatic check for updates now. So as you can imagine, we spend a lot of time helping everybody upgrade and getting that going. So we've improved that process, hopefully, so you'll be able to do most of that on your own. So we do have a separate video that talks about how to do that check for updates and follow through with that. So I hope that you will take a look at that link here. We may include that as part of this video as well. Once you have gotten on the version 4.9, you can always check for what's new. You can go to help and you can do what's new in 4.9.47. And this will show you whatever is new in any version. So if 4.9.49 has come out, then it will show you what's new in that. So here at the top here, we have the change log. You can click on the change log. But of course, I invite you to scroll through all these features, which is what this video is going to cover. So one of the most noticeable things about 4.9 that your users will see is in the record screen, you will notice that you have a couple of new buttons. So we have this button here on the left, which moves you to the very top, and we have the button on the right, which moves you to the bottom. So in our small data set here, we have 353 items. And so it moves you quickly to the beginning. So the other new buttons are the copy button here. And then when you're actually inside a record, you also have the copy button and you have a merge button. So we have the ability to merge this. So if you have two records that are the same, that were created accidentally, independently, but are really the same item, you can merge those two records together. And of course, this works for customer records as well as pretty much any other record as well. It can help you merge them together and preserve all the sales history or the customer history or whatever it is. It will preserve that as well. If you're doing internet store or if you're working with a lot of pictures, there's some new bulk changes for pictures. This is really super important. So you can bulk change pictures and menus. And this way you have control over setting individual images or, very importantly, deleting them. So why would it be important to delete those images? So a lot of times for websites, people have large images these days. So they add up quickly, especially if you have more than one image per product. If you're finished with that product, if that dress has been sold and you're not going to ever get that dress again and you don't need that picture, then get rid of the large pictures. So you can flag that picture with a keyword if you want to, then come back and then delete them, or you can use a checkoff box to delete them. You can go through and do that. I will show you how to do that now. It's really an easy process and it will dramatically save space for your backups. So if your backups are taking too long or if your data is too big, if you've heard our support team say you've got a lot of data, obviously the more data that you have, the more resources and things that needs. So if you don't need those pictures anymore, then this gives you a convenient way of getting rid of them. So we can use our bulk change feature. So the first thing we can do, we can include out of stock items and then only yes. So now we're just looking at items that we don't have anymore. But how do we know which items have pictures? So we can go to the advanced search item here and we can do our pull down here and we can do has images, and then we're going to say yes. I'm going to configure the columns. I'm going to show the checkoff box. I'm going to uncheck everything. And then we're going to just check off a few of these that we want to get rid of the images for. So we're going to do bulk change, and then we're going to bulk change pictures and menus. And then we're going to say delete full size image and go ahead, and if there are any of these images, we're going to go ahead and delete them. So when we say okay, it will go through and it will delete all of those images. So that's a very powerful tool. There's also another tool that you can use with Internet Store that we've added in 4.9. And that's the ability to decide whether or not this particular product is available without having stock. So if you are a artisan and you have a craft that you do, whether it's glass or wood or apparel, anything that you have that you want to do, you can actually say, I can make that even though I don't have it. So if you want to do that inside the item, let's just pick up an item here. So we'll say yes to Internet Store. So under this section right here, it says allow online back orders. So if you say yes to that, then when you run out of stock, it will not take that item off the website. So a lot of our users who have needed this feature in the past have actually had to go into the behind the scenes on their shopping cart, such as Shopify, and edit that manually and set that flag manually per product. So now you don't have to worry about that. You can actually control almost everything right here directly within Artisan. So another thing that might get missed is a security setting. Now I know security is pretty much the most boring thing that we can talk about. But I want to cover it really quickly here. So what we've done in 4.9 is we've added the ability to add individual user permissions for a particular task. So if you have one person that you need to do a specific topic, then you can handle that now rather than just with the groups. Of course, you want to use the groups. So we have supervisor, manager, clerk, that kind of thing. So you can specify what those group level security options are. You assign that person to a group, and then they can control that. So that makes it much easier to do. But every now and then there's a specific task that you have an individual that you want to be able to do that. Whether it's override cost in the sales screen, or be able to put a discount on the sales screen, or be able to edit an item, or whatever it is, or run certain reports, you can certainly do that. So under settings here, under users and security settings, so at the very bottom here, we have user-based authorizations. So what you do here is that you just have a specific thing. So if you want to be able to backdate sales, for example, we added this. So you choose that option, and then you choose who can do that option and whether they can allow or disallow. So that means you can also take a particular, if you have a set of things that are under, say, manager level, but you have one person who you really don't want to be able to do that, you can also set it that way too. One of my important features that I've pushed for a while is the ability to put new items on a purchase order. So this is really important if you've spent a lot of time, you've imported items from a spreadsheet, and you have these new items and now you want them on a PO. So you maybe have thousands of items in your database, but you want just these 50 or so that you put that you imported in, you want to put those on a PO. So how do we do that? All right, so we're going to do a new purchase order. We're going to choose a vendor. It really doesn't matter which one. I know I've created some relatively new items for Champion. So we're going to do that. I'm going to change this date. We'll just say May 1st. So this is the Smart Start, items created between these two dates, May 1st and May 20th. And we're going to say okay. So here's my brand new items that I created. So it's just those out of a whole bunch of others that are also in here. So that way you can put those items on. So another option that you can do that we've had people ask for is the ability to run a report at the end of the day in addition to the normal day in report. So maybe you have a customized report or something specific that you want to be able to run. You can actually have that set up. So how do we do that? So under the tools and program options, miscellaneous program options here, and then we have day end and shift closing options. So under here, you have other reports to run at day end. So you can specify the report name. So let's just say go to reports and go to report designer. So these are our reports. So say it's the sales by item report that you want to run. And we can find sales by item, which is SAL-101. That's the magic phrase that we need over here. So we're going to type SAL-101. So when we run the day end and we do the closeout at the end of that, it will run that report. Another important feature is in the customer history. We do this all the time. When you call in and place a label order, of course, we use Artisan in-house. So when we put your information in and we look at what you've ordered, we can actually do the buy again button. So we select a customer, it has history. So we're going to try Sally here, and we do Shift F4. So say you wanted to buy some more tumblers and I was looking at your history, so we can just click on the buy again feature and it will put that on your sale for you. So very convenient. Certainly we love it to help you reorder labels. So that's some of the great features that we have in version 4.9. We hope that you enjoy them. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to reach out. We're happy to help you with that. We want you to enjoy that, and thanks for watching.